Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Christine and I'm recording on the day the sun moves from Taurus into Gemini. Today is the first day of Gemini season and I'm curious. It's also, the moon is in Scorpio right now. So, you know, I felt the need to speak. Go figure, considering I'm a Scorpio. My moon is not in Scorpio, it's in Taurus, but still, the fact that the moon is in my sun sign, I just feel this fluid wanting to communicate my thoughts and feelings. Very direct and straightforward, you know, no sugarcoating, which is great. This is like, for me, it's a great time to do tarot because it's like, I'm gonna get down to the nitty gritty details. I'm gonna explore the dark in things. I'm going to, I don't know, whatever comes up. Just know that the gates are open for my mind to just speak, and mainly so because we're in the first day of Gemini season, and I think that's gonna be like, I have cat hair all over my face. I think that's gonna be like the theme of Gemini season is communication and the mind, because Gemini, to me, I was literally talking to myself, which led me to want to read. I was like, you know, let me just read. But I was talking to myself after watching this really good series on Amazon called Expect. And I was thinking about today, and I was like, oh yeah, today's Gemini season. And I was like, what does Gemini have to bring? What are we bringing in? And I started thinking about Gemini in general. And Gemini is very very whimsical most times. I mean, they're kind of like, some Geminis I've met all sorts of Geminis, and I think that speaks in itself. They're so versatile, they're so complex characters. They're very fun and free and down to earth in a sometimes very serious way. They are they're just very playful. Did I say that? Fun. They remind me of like a fairy or gremlin, or like a little wizard, an unknown wizard, like a character who's a wizard and doesn't even know he is one or she is one. And they can just manifest whatever. It's just they have, you know, the duality in them, so it kind of like plays against them. Sometimes it works against them, and they can't really manifest what they want because they see everything all at once, the good and the bad, and I think that's crazy. Which is why I think some people look at Geminis like, wow, they're like unhinged. Okay, I just got, as I'm shuffling and just talking, I'm just shuffling to clear the space, but we did just get a flipper, and it's Justice. He's gonna make that noise the whole time, so give me a second. Can I have that? He's like really bored. So we got Justice, and for a split second, okay, this is a Libra card, which is about balance and justice for all, you know, the good for all. Not, you know, sometimes it might feel like it's not really fair, but it's actually, in the long run, very fair. And you won't see it until later. That's the blow it gives. It's the Sword of Truth. There's steps here, there's a portal, and there's also what looks like an eclipse happening. I also pulled this card on the side. I was gonna bring it out eventually, but I have pulled it from the Numinous Tarot. This deck, Astro deck, the Numinous Astro deck, which I love, just to pull out, you know, zodiac signs, houses, and aspects and planets. But yeah, I pulled this one out. I haven't even read down here yet, but I did see that we had the butterfly here, and when I pulled it out earlier after I was talking to myself in the couch that, you know, about Gemini and how they're like fairies, I was like, oh look, wow, it just went flying almost into the fire. No, I'm not gonna do that. But I thought of like flies flying to the flame, a moth to a flame. That's what I was just thinking of. And I've been seeing a lot of moths lately and references to moths, and I didn't even think twice about it until this very moment. But anyway, we got these two characters here with butterfly wings, and they look very fairy-esque, and I just love it. But anyway, I pulled that out, and now I'm like, when the Justice came out, I just felt this right here, this sense of balance between them. That's imbalanced too. It's like they're twins, but they're not. You know, they're different kind of. They're twins, but they're different. They hold different qualities and features, not features, qualities. And then I have this very balancing image, symmetrical image. And I'm not saying this is symmetrical, but they are twins. But there's something. I'm trying to think about it. There's something that's bringing my attention to the symmetry and the balancing act between the Gemini pair here. They have different hair, they have different clothes. They're the same print of clothing, but they're a different shade. And then they obviously have different wings and different colored hair, even though it's somewhat cut the same way. They have the same dimple or beauty mark, but on different sides of the face. One looks masculine and the other one looks feminine, or vice versa. I don't know. But that's very Gemini-ish anyway. They kind of like, they're both of everything. So it just depends on who you're talking to at that time. And then we have Libra. I feel Gemini season is going to bring in a sense of balance with yourself, you know? I want to say, who are you? I always feel like I say that in tarot. Like, who are you? What do you want? But something about these scales and these fairies, I must call them fairies, these Gemini fairies speak something to me. I don't know why. It's like they're both carrying, you know, they're both on one side of the scale. I don't know, but that's what I got right now. But that decided to fall out. I'm gonna leave it like that. But back to what I was saying. Oh my god, it's so hot. Sorry. I lost my train of thought. So with that being said, I did say I wanted to pull one of these cards out to see what Gemini season's bringing, because that's what this reading's about, Gemini season. And I'm just using the moon in Scorpio to help amplify my reading, because I'm a Scorpio. So I'll start off with reading my Moonology calendar. Today is Monday, May 20th. Wow, we're already in the end of May. The sun moves into the sign of Gemini today, changing the focus for everyone. This move is a positive one, especially as the first alignment the sun will make is a positive one. That's all it says. Gemini is very positive, I think. Their influence in their life will determine which side of the scale they're on, but I think overall they are more balanced than a Libra. Really? Wow, I can't believe I said that. They are more balanced. They're pretty unaware of it, you know. Libra, like, consciously tries to create a balance in their life, you know, and then when things are unbalanced, they go ape shit, you know, they just go nuts, and that's when their angry side comes out. They have, like, anger issues, Libras, because they don't have that control. Gemini, they're like that, but they're not even aware that they're creating a balance, or that they're they're just not aware. That's why whatever kind of happens won't entirely affect them, because their other side will take over, you know. It's like they always have like this counterpart to fit in the bill, or I'm like, did it make sense when I said that? It almost didn't make sense in my head. Geminis, they just have that other part of themselves. That's why they are depicted with two people usually. Two eyes, which look like a what numerology number? What number is the? Let me see. Is that a 2? I'm thinking of the. I can't speak for some reason. It's not coming through. Yeah, the 2. And I'm only showing this, but don't look at the name. But I was looking for this symbol. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, it's the 2. It's 2 eyes. You know, it's I. And it did say change to focus for. It changes the focus for everyone. Because I think it goes inward. That's why I said Gemini with the Libra, with this Justice card, is going to came out, because there's going to be a sense of achieving balance in an unbalancing way, because they are not the same, even though they are the same. These two people, they're the same person, but they have two depictions, but they're twins, you know? It's like actual twins, but they look and dress. No, they dress and act differently. I don't know what kind of, but they are identical, you know? That's Gemini. Justice. Something about those scales, man. I just got which side of the scale is gonna, you know, like right now I think the scale is like this. You're kind of like balancing yourself, and I think, oh geez, sorry, I was trying to pop my chest. As we were going through the I am crisis, you got an awareness of who you are and what you're made of. Then Taurus season came along, and everything's been quiet. I don't know about y'all, but it's been very like nothing's happening. Now, in my personal life, a major change has happened that I initiated, and I'm shitting bricks, but I'm pushing forward because I'm trusting in the process. So maybe in y'all's life too, maybe a change has happened. Oh, jeez, I popped my chest, but I didn't pop it right. Now it hurts. Oh, hey, Jojo. Okay, I'll have to pop it later. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah. Taurus was like, you know, whatever. So then Gemini comes along, who is very free-spirited and this and that. I think you're going to have to reel it in during Gemini season, especially after Taurus. It's like we went through such a transformation. Well, I did say that Taurus season was going to be transformational, and that was the first time I ever felt Taurus being that. But as Taurus as we move through Taurus and now we're into Gemini, I look back and I'm like, what has transformed? Well, the one major change in my life, I guess, is somewhat transformative, but I'm still trying to see how. How is this move that I made transformative? Besides going from here to there, there's a deeper transformation there. I just don't see it, but I'm trusting the process anyway. Now we're in Gemini. So now we're going to have to play the game of balancing the scales. And for a Gemini, it's so unaware that they're even doing this that I think you have to bring consciousness in and try to balance it, like Libra. That's why we got the Justice. You have to bring in that awareness and that conscious effort to create some sort of balance in your life when it comes to you yourself. Because I think there's two of you has come out in a way. There's a transformed person and the old person still kind of like around. And I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm going to go with it. Yeah, there's that transformative person that has evolved or has come out. And then there's that old you. So Gemini, that's not saying that's Gemini, but having two people in your head, or I don't want to say it in your head because that kind of sounds crazy, but having two people, two sides of you, I think it's good. Because the old you doesn't necessarily have to go, you know what I mean? Because the old you has a lot of information and wisdom there. So you should kind of like integrate your old self into your new self. Instead of like having this switch, this back and forth. You know, you're only this way with these people and then that way with these people. Or you're only this way here, but then you're this way here. You know what I mean? Like you should just integrate both. It's kind of like, for example, I kind of keep my spiritual practices and everything like that to myself. Every now and then I'm like, what's your sign? People are looking at me like, oh, you're that person. I'm like, yeah, I'm that person. And then, you know, I have my other side, which is like the side that I'm just like a hardworking person and whatever. And I don't really speak about that type of stuff because of the crowd I'm around. Well, I should integrate both of them, but I need to find a way to. And I think that's the season of Gemini is going to help. Since we got the justice, we're going to find the truth in all, and we're going to be able to be ourselves with both of these sides, both of these aspects that has evolved since Aries season. Okay, I'm about to do this, but before I flip the deck, before I flip the cards, at some point I was shuffling, and then I cut the deck and just left it here. I looked down, and then something in me was like, just flip the top on the split deck. So I have a deck here, I have the split, and they're both here, and I'm gonna just turn over the top because that's what it's telling me to. Now, we got a red and a blue. Are you gonna pick the blue pill or the red pill? Is what I sensed. But they're both in reverse, so that's already inner work or inner knowledge right now that I'm gonna speak on. And I did that because we have two aspects of ourselves right now, right? Walking into Gemini season. That's what Gemini is illuminating for us. Now, before I speak on those, I'm going to read the bottom part of here, the little keywords about Geminis. Gemini is the butterfly. It's curious, communicative, versatile, flexible, variety-seeking, social, collaborative, brilliant, perceptive, connected, vocal, adaptive, street smart, mobile, studious, superficial, restless, and fidgety. Yeah. So, you know, I think they have Geminis are so funny, and not a haha way. There's just so like there's so much going on there. That's like not what you expect. They're like this weird ass wild card, you know, like they are down for whatever. They're the ones you go to when you want to bury a body, or or Scorpio is as well, but they have to be like, they have to really trust you. I think Gemini, they don't necessarily have to trust you, but they'll take a risk with you, kind of thing. But yeah, fidgety, restless, yeah. It's because their mind is always like, they're ruled by the mind and the words, so they have a lot going on up there, especially since they have those two sides of them, the good and the bad, running at the same time. That's what's coming out. But I think with the scales, it's like with us who are not Geminis and Geminis, we're gonna, through their season, we're gonna be going back and forth, and we're gonna try to find this balance. There's gonna be this weird ass balancing act based off of the truth that we find through Gemini season. I think there's gonna be a lot of truths revealed, and we're gonna be like weighing them and trying to find that balance. Now, that's weird that I said that, because before I even grabbed the deck, before anything, I think I just turned on my light. I had a deck resting here that's been sitting on my desk for like since the last time I did a reading. And the last time I did a reading, I think, was the beginning of Taurus. I don't know. So 3 weeks ago or something. I had my Celtic Tarot deck just sitting there. But as I was moving stuff around, 2 cards slid off the top, or just kind of was up when I moved the deck. I can't remember. But anyway, there was 2 cards face down. And I was like, all right, let me see. Now, I forgot what one of them were, but I do remember the other one. And the other one was Temperance in reverse. That goes in hand with what I'm saying right now, finding balance. But this is beyond just finding balance. This is finding a balance within yourself, because you have two sides of you that's going to be playing around right now, in a sense. And we're going to have to with the truths being revealed and things getting serious, having the energy of the Gemini also, I think, is good, since we just had it said studious here. They are pretty, when they get focused, they get really determined. And that's a really good energy to have, to go out and accomplish it. So when justice is about documents and legal things and just things that are more serious, paperwork, having Gemini there is good, because they're going to read every little detail, because that's how they are. They're meticulous, in a sense. Their opposite is Virgo, so they're not that meticulous, but they have that influence as well. They're perceptive, studious, communicative, and curious. So the documents themselves will be it will just make them curious by nature. So dealing with the truths that are going to be dealt in the Gemini season, that's what I'm picking up here. That's what I'm picking up in my reading right now. I think it's good in this season. I think it's better to have the truths come out than any other season, because we might go off the rails and try to, murder someone. With Gemini, that's still a possibility, but with that other side of them that kind of like subconsciously balance them out, which is why I think they come off so playful, so down to earth, because they're going through a lot up here. They're consciously they're just the result of that weird balancing act that's happening subconsciously. Consciously, that's this easy come easy go attitude. Yeah, totally. It's what's coming out. Oh jeez. For everyone to see. That's why we are drawn to them, because they're so charismatic and so charming and so playful and light and I don't know, just they help you have fun. They open you up to possibilities and viewpoints, and I don't know, they're very magical, and it's some of them know that, and they are on some other level. A conscious Gemini is otherworldly, I think. But and a low vibrational one, ooh, stay away. It's scary. It's confusing as fuck. Low vibrational Gemini, if you're feeling lost and confused, imagine how they feel. They're literally demons if they're low vibrational. I mean, I think anybody who's low vibrational is technically a demon. But a low vibrational one of a Gemini is scary. It'll wrap you in. It's kind of like a low vibrational Capricorn. Scary. They shouldn't be that. But yeah, so now with all that said, the two cards I got, and like I said, these cards are all about inner work, inner knowing, inner knowledge. We have the Four of Swords in reverse for the blue pill, and the Knight of Wands in reverse for the red pill. Knight. Sorry, I just got a whiff of something burning. And I only have two things on fire right now, and that's my incense right here and my candle. And I was like, something catching fire? But I think it's just it ending or something. I don't know, because I didn't smell the smell. I only smelled it when I turned it on, and I guess I'm smelling it as it's turning off. Sorry, I freaked out there. I was like, oh my god, what's burning? I freak out when there's a fire. Like, I'm not the one. I'm not the one to stay, like, composed and just put out the fire. No, I freak the fuck out. Like, I am not the one. Anyway, so I was going to say, the Knight of Wands, that's funny, because I was about to talk about the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands, fire. Yeah, it was my stick burning out. Okay. The Knight of Wands in reverse is questionable, you know? And actually, the Four of Swords in reverse is questionable. What am I doing? This one. The reverse Four of Swords in your reading can suggest feeling restless or avoidant of self-reflection and quiet time. Yeah. You may be opposed to stopping once you've got momentum going, but you must trust that finding inner peace will help you sustain productivity in the long run. This is a warning that you may be teetering on the edge of burnout, and you need to balance your physical, mental output with restorative rest. You need to balance your physical and mental output with restorative rest. Okay, that's one thing I know Gemini does not like to do. Well, the one Gemini I do know, like, that I know personally and thoroughly, oh, he's like a homebody. He likes to just sleep and just sleep. But then he does like to go out. But anyway, he's a homebody, if anything. I mean, he wanted to be a at-home dad. I'm like, what? Okay, that speaks volumes. But the other Geminis I've met in my life, they're very like, that whole fidgety was the last thing. It's because they want to keep going, they want to keep exploring, they want to keep finding new things, they want more stimuli, like they just kind of like dopamine addicts. With the Knight of Wands paired with that energy of the Four of Swords, it's a little questionable, the Knight of Wands reverse. Because the Knight of Wands reverse is very selfish. They don't care about the consequences. They act now and don't even say sorry later, kind of thing. So why do we have this? See what it... Okay. We have an active side and a... No, they're both pretty active right now. So right now the scale is totally on one side. So much so that there's going to be, like it said, a burnout. Now I'm going to read the Knight of Wands in reverse. The reverse Knight of Wands in your reading can indicate self-doubt in a general sense, but most likely related to a specific goal or situation that hasn't progressed in the way you'd hope. Delays and misunderstandings are part of life, not a sign to give up. There may be a different and better course of action to take, so have patience and make use of this time by turning into your intuition for guidance. The reverse reading can indicate self-doubt in a general sense, but most likely related to a specific goal or situation that hasn't progressed in the way you'd hoped. That reminds me of what I'm going through, to be honest. That move I made, everything it just said, I'm a little worried. But it said have faith, and that's what I'm having. That's what I'm doing. I said I'm giving myself 90 days to see if this move was a good one or not. And if by 90 days I don't see what I'm looking for, or I don't feel what I wanted to feel, I'm gonna move on. And that's fine. I have a lot writing on this, but that's fine, you know. I have to find my happy place, my peaceful place. You know, I gotta keep moving. Now that happened, let's put that there, let's put this here, here, and here. Oh, card just fell out of my... The Sun reverse. Okay, I felt that for a second, but I didn't want to say it. With the whole Knight of Wands reverse and the Four of Swords reverse and the scales being on one side, yeah. And then the Gemini, the Sun is in Gemini right now, and that's what we got going on. That's what we're talking about. We got the Sun reverse. We're starting Gemini season with an eye-opener. That's why I said the sun moves into the sign of Gemini today, changing the focus for everyone. This move is a positive one, especially as the first alignment with the sun will make a positive one. I mean, the first alignment the sun will make is a positive one. Excuse me? Sorry. But the first alignment the sun will make is a positive one. And the first alignment the sun will make is a positive one. And what alignment is that? The moon into Scorpio. So I have pulled these out. I got moon, feelings, and Scorpio, the animal. The feeling and the animal. Feelings, the animal's feelings. I'm trying to see what it means. Scorpio is very transformative. The moon is very in its feelings. So it's funny how it's saying positive one twice in here. That means this is going to be an unsettling alignment because feelings are involved, and every time feelings are involved, people get weird. Especially if, like, whatever feelings that are coming up that are not good, people are going to get weird, defensive, projective, and just like practically just run away from it. But this is a good thing. The animal. Let's read Scorpio's little words down here. It says Scorpio is transformative, intense. No, Scorpio is the animal. He, she, because that's what it literally looks like. It looks like a guy girl, like a drag queen. Scorpio is transformative, intense, passionate, secretive, carnal, thorough, obsessive, intimate, primal, lusty, deep, external, resourceful, mysterious, regenerative, compulsive, destructive, manipulative. So that's Scorpio's energy. And then since the moon is moon into Scorpio, it's moving into Scorpio. So it went from Libra. Right now it's from Libra to Scorpio transition. And we have Libra on the board with the Justice card. All right, I'm going to read the moon now. The moon is the feelings. The moon is instinct, nurturing, gut reactions, comfort, digestion, home, family, conditioning, habits, femininity, lineage, privacy, embodiment, emotions, sustenance, self-soothing, moods, and mother. You remember when I was showing you what is that? I don't know why I can't think of the name of those type of numbers. When I was like, oh no, it's the maiden. Never mind. I was wrong. Okay. So we now have the energy of Scorpio and the energy of the moon. They are coming together right now in the start of Gemini season. And what is the Gemini season already bringing up? Bad news. Or just news to be aware of. Because it's talking about burnout. All right? And Gemini, I think, does that a lot. Like, they'll be all high energy and then, they're gone for a solid minute. But they're high energy for a long time. And I think almost like infinitely. If they don't play it right, they will burn out. And when they burn out, it's like, the Four Swords. You see this shit? This is cosmic rest. This is like resting when it's upright, it's cosmic rest. When it's this way, it's like you're in desperate need to be in this state for some reason. You need to be in a meditative state. But I think with the sun being reversed too, Gemini. I'm like piecing this together as I'm reading this, because it's like I'm feeling it, but I'm trying to see how to say it. Come on, Gemini. We're just getting into your thing. Help me out here. Moon into Scorpio. I think that's what it is. I feel the energy is too, like, desperate. There's a desperateness here. Almost for freedom. There's a desperateness here for, like, freedom. I don't know where I got freedom from, but considering what Gemini is all about, and then we have justice, and then we have this, like, fear of burnout or a possibility of burning out because of, like, things that are not transmuting the way you thought. Maybe there's something has been initiated during Taurus season. I realize this light is making me hot. Like hot. It's like cooking me. Just had to put it down because it's like cooking me for real. It's like you need to meet in the middle, which is the balancing. I think I need to clarify. I need to clarify the four. I need to clarify those two cards. Meaning what? Oh. I grabbed the wrong deck, but I guess we're gonna use it. I grabbed my rated R deck. Alright, let's clarify. I mean, we have Scorpio and Gemini on the board right now because Scorpio and Gemini is in the stars right now. Gemini is down for anything and Scorpio is a very lustful being, so here we are with my sex deck. Alright, let's clarify the Four of Swords. Four of Swords, the Emperor, in reverse too. I'm not going to show you these cards because they're full of penises and vaginas and the Emperor in reverse for the Four of Swords in reverse. Right? The Knight of Wands. What is the Knight of Wands about? Reverse. Flew out. Two of Cups. Okay. Now the Two of Cups, I'm not sensing as in like you and another person and you know, connected in a way that's like one. No, I'm actually seeing two sides of you, which is playing with da-da-da-da. And what I was saying about earlier about the two sides needing to be balanced, I'm starting to feel that definitely with this Two of Cups, clarifying the Knight of Wands. Something has been initiated during Taurus season. And even though you are aware of what's been initiated, I think you're having a hard time processing what you have to do now because of the initiation that you made. And like one of the cards were saying, so even though you don't see the results of what was it? The Four of Swords. Yes, the Four of Swords. We got the Emperor in reverse. Okay, let me read the Four of Swords real quick, because that is making sense now with the Emperor reverse. Said the Four Swords reversed in your reading can suggest feeling restless or avoidant of self-reflection. Self-reflection. This is literally, you see it, self-reflecting. This is the Two of Cups. Underneath the Knight of Wands. Clarifying the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is going after what he wants, but there's like a delay. You may be opposed to stopping once you've got momentum going, but you must trust that finding inner peace will help you sustain productivity in the long run. This is a warning that you may be teetering on the edge of burnout, and you need to balance your physical mental output with restorative rest. And then we have the Emperor in reverse, clarifying that what I just said. The Emperor reverse. So there was something initiated, the initiation that was made was very properly done and thought out, you know what I mean? But now that you're in this new phase, and we're going right into Gemini season, which is a phase, it's gonna illuminate this needing to balance the Two of Cups aspect, which is the two sides of you, the Gemini in you. But there's like, I don't know, that whole not wanting to reflect. Let me read the Sun in reverse, because that's what you need to reflect on, is the Sun. The Sun is you, and the Sun currently is in Gemini, which is the two sides of you that we've been talking about. And it's in reverse. Pessimism, confusion. See? I said see, but in my mind I was talking to myself. See? Confusion. Right now the Gemini is low vibrational. Your Gemini is a low vibrational. It's confusing you. And I think it's only confusing you because of fear. I still believe that there, for some reason, the truth is going to be revealed during Gemini season. And the truths are about you. Will you be able to reflect on the truth that gets revealed of you? Because you brought something out. You brought something out from during the I am crisis, and then went through the transformation of Taurus, and now here we are in Gemini season, where all is like what is that? All, when I forgot the term, but when you go into like a video game, and then you're going into, or if you're going into a fight, like a street fight, a respectable one, we'll say all's fair or something like that. I can't remember, where like you can use any weapon, you can use anything to your disposal for the fight. And I forgot what that term means, but that's the vibe that Gemini is bringing to the table. Like, anything is possible. Anything is possible. The good or the bad can be possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. If you want to make strides, like I said, Gemini is a hidden magician, an unconscious magician. They are creating magic without them even knowing. That's why you gotta be careful on like what Gemini you're dealing with, because they're just creating to create and unaware of their creations. And it's like, they're playing with magic and not even knowing, and creating abominations. Some of them. Well, what have you created? Right now, there is an imbalance in you. And we're going into Gemini season. I think it's a perfect time to be able to see things for what they are, because they are very perceptive. See what it is. See what it is for what it is. That's in you, who you are. And seek that balance, because the balance is there. There's a beautiful balance waiting to happen, which is the Two of Cups. Two become one. And this is all about you. I'm not sensing a romance sitch, no. This is the work within you. Because you have been working on yourself since Aries started. You had a rude awakening, but an awakening, and then a transformation. And now here we are at the mirror. Is there a mirror? No, but I think in another deck that I don't even fucking own. Let me see if I can find it. In another deck that I don't even own, I think Gemini was depicted with a mirror. It's reflection time. I think some of us don't even want to see. They just want to carry on with the truth they know. But that truth isn't really, like, sustainable. You need to stop and reflect on where you are right now, who you are right now, and what you believe in when it comes to you. And you can dive into those waters with the moon in Scorpio right now, with the feelings and the Scorpio moon. The moon, Scorpio is just, the moon is just entering Scorpio right now. So it's going to be in Scorpio tomorrow, Wednesday, and then it transforms out of Scorpio into Sag for a full moon. Ooh, that's a great time. So we got 3 days of reflection with Scorpio in Gemini season. The beginning of Gemini season, man. We have the moon in Scorpio. We can get very deep and dark. We can reach into those dark waters that I don't think a lot of people don't like to go into, because once you go in, it's hard to get out. But luckily for us, in 3 days' time, we will have a full moon in Sagittarius, which is a friend of Gemini, to be honest. Gemini and a Sagittarius, watch out. Get ready for fucking a wildfire. A wild motherfucking fire of like creativity and abundance and all sorts of things. Like them combined is like a powerhouse. So don't worry about getting stuck in the muck. Sagittarius full moon is gonna rip you out like his fucking arrow. He's gonna strap you onto the edge of the arrow and just go, and you're gonna just flop right out of the fucking muck. Into what? But I want to pull this card. Into good. Into good, but there's still work that needs to be done. I said into good, but work needs to be done because you got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You're going to go right into this energy. No longer Emperor reverse, but the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Still, but good, you know? It's like you've gained something from this muck swimming with the moon in Scorpio. But I think it's necessary. It's like a pit stop with that mirror. The truth, you will find the truth, man. Whether it's in the next 3 days or in just Gemini season over and over until you sit like this. Until you sit like this and hold the power with yourself. You got the sun down here. And the moon. Balance. There's even a yin yang in there, in the sun, and that is literally what I feel Gemini is. It's yin and yang. It's a yin yang. But right now, the sun's moving into Gemini, and we got the sun in reverse. So there's an imbalance. But like I said, something was initiated during Taurus season with that transformation. And now here we are looking at ourselves. Two of Cups. Scorpio moon, man. This is the work that needs to be done currently. Right off, like going into Gemini season, this is what we need to work on. But I was gonna say the sooner we work on it, the better we'll be. But but it's not something that you do physically. Even though we have the Emperor about banging this person here. I'm trying not to show anything crude. There's a woman there with her skirt up, and the Emperor is banging her, and the guy is watching like, you know, the Emperor here is kind of going about it a little rough. I think that, and we have the Emperor in reverse, so you know he's only kind of looking out for himself. The Knight of Wands reverse is also looking out for himself, but you need to go about. It's not just about you, even though this work is about you, your subconscious. This work is not just about you. It's about your world, the greater good in all around you while you're doing it. Because as you transform yourself, you'll transform the world around you, immediately around you, and that just kind of like ripples out. But it starts with you, and that's why you go from the Emperor in reverse, which I'm not gonna get any closer, to the Queen of Pentacles in reverse still. But hey, that's progress. Progress counts. Progress counts, because even though you know what, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse talks about burnout as well. Okay, because she overextends herself. Because she's so busy trying to nurture everybody and doesn't even nurture herself. So it's just going full circle now. It's like, yeah, you made stride, but now you really need to take a break. You really need to nurture yourself. You really need to go within. I feel Hermit heavy. I feel the Hermit very heavy. And like I said, Gemini and Virgo are opposite of each other, and Hermit is Virgo. Hold on one moment, sorry. Alright, so as I was looking at this, I was like, you go from initiating something as the Emperor reversed, which is aggressive and rough and demanding and, you know, authoritative, like a boss, but a bitch boss. Because you're just kind of like pile driving it through this initiation to initiating. From going an aggressive Emperor to a tired Queen of Pentacles, which rules the material world. So you're gonna be tired. Yeah, there's a big emphasis on just doing some reflection, which is pausing, like letting things be what they are right now, and then like meditating on something. I don't know what restorative rest looks like for you, but it's really critical. And I think you should do it after the muck swim. Because once we hit the full moon in Sag, we'll put in what we don't want. We'll do that whole process. Where we go through that whole process where... I'm sorry, my cat totally took my attention. He's just so cute down there. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Sagittarius full moon. We'll put in the initiate what we don't want. We'll burn it because it's fire, so we should burn all of our list of things we want to let go of. And then I think right after that, because how long is Sagittarius in the moon? After the full moon is going to be intense. It's like we're building up to the intense full moon, and then we're all going to just pop with fire. Okay, the moon in Sag is going to be in the moon for only 2 days. So then by Saturday, I don't even think by Saturday, maybe, no, yeah, by Saturday, May 25th till Tuesday, May 28th, no, Wednesday, May 29th. So from Saturday, the May 25th to Wednesday, May 29th, I think is a good time to do that restorative rest. Not saying throughout that whole time, I'm just saying somewhere around that time frame, you should find that restorative rest time, whatever that looks like to you. That could mean literally sleeping. That could mean literally taking a break from whatever. That could be starting a little yoga session that lasts that long, and like put yourself in this like meditative state during that time. Whatever like triggered when I said restorative rest. It could be, doing some self-care treatments. It could be doing rituals throughout that time. I don't know, but it has to be something with reflection, but like a peaceful one. Like what? Well, no, you did the reflection during the muck swim. The muck swim is when the moon is in Scorpio and you're going in through the dark waters, figuring out, like finding all the truth nuggets and bringing it, and then getting shot out, because I think the truth is going to probably set you free or make you drown. Pulls you, and then Sagittarius full moon will pull you out of the muck. And then see it for what it is once surfaced. Like, I think once it's surfaced, it's when it's fully conscious. Not just a feeling, because you're in the muck waters. The moon in Scorpio feelings. No, you've been shot out. Sagittarius sees it and calls it for what it is, and it becomes conscious. And then from there, I think you can do the rest, because you did the hard work already. You already went in to the dark, saw yourself in the reflection, and brought it to your consciousness to do the work. The restorative rest should be a reflective time too. A peaceful one to make peace with yourself, to integrate whatever you find into who you are now. But it's a good thing, I think, what's happening. You went from the Emperor reverse to the Queen of Pentacles reverse. Yes, she's still in reverse, she's still tired, but at least you went from this rough masculine to a soft feminine who's kind of tired. And she's only tired because of what she had to do as the Emperor, or what that person had to do as the Emperor. The Emperor is the father of the tarot. It takes on great responsibility and discipline. But when it's in reverse, it's kind of angry, I feel. The Emperor reverse feels angry to me. And now we have the Queen of Pentacles, and she's tired. She doesn't want to be angry anymore. But she also needs to look out for herself, because she's too busy like looking out for everybody else and everything else around her and her world and the material, and she's not looking at herself and like how all of that attention she's putting out is depleting her. She needs to refocus that attention to herself, which is what the Gemini season, I think, is all about. The balance of the self. The two aspects of the self. It's like the wolf story. Which wolf are you going to feed more? I'll feed both of them. Kind of. I don't think that was the answer. You want to feed the wolf that I forgot what the story is, but you know what I mean. The black and the white wolf. There's a kid, and he feeds, whichever one he feeds more is the one that's gonna rule or something like that. I don't know, but I think you should feed both, because like the yin and yang. The yin and yang, man. The dark, the light, the dark and the light, and the little bit of the dark and the light, and the little bit of the light and the dark. Like, it's all like meant to be that way. You're not supposed to shun one side and keep one. That's why Gemini is so fucking great. They're amazing. And they don't even know it. Some of them. I know this one girl that my friend knows. She knows this Gemini more than I. But we all worked together at one point. And just seeing this chick, she looks so unhinged. The mutual friend that me and my friend know. The mutual chick that me and my friend know. When we worked together, I used to watch her. My attention would just go straight to her because her appearance was very grand. And then the way she moved and spoke was another thing. And she just made me very, like, interested in her. And she was a Gemini. My friend, who's a Virgo, who knows her, found herself doing shrooms with her one time and just said to me afterward that she couldn't imagine anybody else she could do shrooms with than her. And I was like, I'm happy you did it with her because I can see it. I can see it. She helped her during her trip and just was this catalyst for balance during that time. And that was the first time my friend had ever done drugs or hallucinants. So I was very happy for her, and then I was happy that she was with her. And then I looked at that girl with a different light, because before I looked at her differently for superficial reasons. I'm human. And now I look at her like, oh, she's just a fairy. You know? And not just a fairy. I don't say just a fairy like it's no big deal. No, if I say, oh, you're a fairy or you're just a fairy, that is a great honor in my mind. Because I do believe in fairies. And there are fairies that are out there in human form, man. And I think a lot of them are Geminis. They're beautiful. Geminis are fucking... They're like those little telescope thingies that you put your eye in and you turn it. The little lights start to make interesting patterns. That's a Gemini. So forever fucking changing. So this is a great time, I think, to dabble in this and still stay light. You know? Gemini brings a sense of playfulness. So this work won't be so serious. Right now it's a little serious because of the moon is in Scorpio. Scorpio can be a little intense, a little passionate about things. Like whatever they put their mind to. It's like, we need to do it this way and all the way. No half-ass feelings, all the way. And then Gemini's like, chill. I understand that passion, but chill. So I didn't do what I wanted to do. I was gonna say, so move through the Gemini season with understanding. And that's what Gemini's also gonna bring, understanding, because they rule the mind. They will understand because they're very perceptive with others and themselves. Some of them, themselves, but with others definitely. And we're all reflections of each other, so they'll look to you or you'll look to them like mirrors. Alright, I didn't do what I wanted to do from the very beginning, which was pull one of these cards for Gemini season. And I'm curious now. After saying everything I said, I'm very curious to see what this deck has to say about Gemini season. What sacred symbol wants to come out for Gemini season? What sacred symbol wants to come out for Gemini season? What symbol wants to come out for Gemini season? Yeah, I'll show you. What sacred symbol wants to come out for Gemini season? Okay, that was a lot. And I'm going to take it because, you know, Gemini can be a lot. Can be a handful. We have spiritual cleanse. Spiritual cleansing. And this is very much so Sagittarius full moon that's coming. Death. Oh, I love this. I love this. Death. Death of an old way. I don't think it's a death of one of your aspects. I think it's a death of an old way, which could also be like, you know how I was like, okay, maybe we need to just get rid of the old and go with the new. I think you need to integrate. So maybe integration never was a thought before until now. So that's an old way of thinking, could be the death. And then we have new life. Death and new life. Look at that shit. Death and new life. Yeah. This reflection will be definitely. Spiritual cleansing has 50, which is 5. Change, spiritual cleansing. Definitely it's going to be needed after the muck. I don't know why I thought of this as this card. Something about the way it's placed. Just look at everything and it almost looks like the same. With the thing in the top, the thing in the top. The eyes are closed, but the Libra symbol on her head is like the third eye. The eye. And then these things here, the little things on the side is this, and then we got these like in the very back we got these arches kind of here, which is kind of like these things but down below. I don't know, it just feels very much the same to me right now. Spiritual cleansing, justice. Justice is gonna come in for spiritual cleansing. I'm gonna read death. 36. The noticeable end of a cycle or situation, grieving or mourning a loss in order to heal. It is time to watch the old way leave itself in the past. Allow feelings of grief or sadness to move through you with ease. Meditate on this when you want to honor an ending, a loss, or letting go in your life with grace. Without death, there is no life, and vice versa. This death is the moon in Scorpio. This is what you're going to find in the muck. You're going to bring it to the surface. You're going to cleanse it, and then a new life will happen. This is all coming in the next 3 days, I think. Even if you're not aware of it, of this here, of these aspects of yourself that are split at the moment. I don't even think you're aware that they're split, but there's 2 aspects of you that are split. This Gemini season is going to bring them together. Under the justice. Under the Libra. I was going to say the Libra new moon. When is the next Libra new moon? Well, we got Gemini new moon coming in next Thursday, June 6th. That's, I know somebody's birthday that's on that day, and that's interesting. Let's read new life. This is the full moon. This is the new moon. This is the next 3 days. Death. I mean, that's kind of coming off of Taurus, because Taurus was all about death and transformation. And we're literally in the middle of Taurus into Gemini season. We're like in the cusp. New life. The arrival of new beginnings or the budding start of something beautiful and long-lasting. Drawing this card can indicate a need or desire to start over with a sense of childlike wonder. Childlike wonder, that's Gemini. What you are beginning will have a strong impact and far reach. Drawing this card can indicate a positive relationship or experience. And then I'm gonna read spiritual cleansing because I feel like I have to now. It's the very last card. The Hamza, is that how you say it? It is time for a spiritual cleansing of the body, mind, and or spaces in which you reside. See, this is the cosmic rest. This is a restorative rest too. See, I did say that. Okay, I did say that after the full moon in Sagittarius from May 28th. No, May 28th. From May 25th through May 28th, right? Let me look at this. From May 25th. No, May 29th. So May 25th through May 29th is the day of rest. The days of rest. Anyway, it goes, it is time for a spiritual cleansing of the body, mind, or space in which you reside. There is an imbalance, stuck energy, or heaviness in your environment that needs to be released before you proceed further. Okay, so it's just clarifying more of what I'm saying. That's it. I don't know how many other ways I can say the same thing. But it's very like, it's like an olive. No, it's like an onion with all these little layers. I'm just peeling off to say the same shit to get down to the bottom, to the core of things. And that is what the moon in Scorpio is going to help you do. You're going to transform here. I think in a way that you did not expect. Because like, I feel you felt you made a transformation. But that transformation kind of ignited something else. Or it's like a chemical, it's like when you're a scientist and you're aiming for this certain kind of thing to happen, but then something else happens and it just opens up like an avenue for like more experimentation. That's what's happening here. It's like a cell just got, it's like, yeah, it just got like separated and you're just like, what just happened? How did that happen? And that alone just kind of halted everything because you can't have two aspects of yourself floating around. They have to be one for you to move forward. You has to be a balance for you to move forward. There is something here. There is something developing here. Gemini season is going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of back and forth, I feel. It's like one step forward, two steps back. One step forward, two steps back. Even though that's not really progression, but I feel it's necessary so you don't rush into unwanted waters or something. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do because I gotta go get my daughter soon and it is 1:28. All right, so until the next time, do the work, okay? Because I feel Gemini is like a pit stop to something greater, okay? We have to do this, whatever this is igniting, we have to go through it. Because that's how we grow. We're consistently growing to the day we die. So just fucking keep going, because who are we when we die? I don't know. Until you do the work. I can tell you the people who are not really doing the work and are just kind of living life here and there, they're gonna die. And that's it. I feel the people who are doing the work and really finding themselves and like getting somewhere, I feel the day they die, they're gonna be so transcended. They're just gonna transcend these planes, man. And I don't know if that's our goal, to be honest. I don't know if that's the goal, but we're working towards something insanely big. And that time of death is gonna be, I don't know, because I can die tomorrow, and then everything I just said, it's just kind of like what I died with, a dirty ass apartment, and a hot ass cat, and my daughter at daycare. You know what I mean? That's sad. It just work towards, just keep working towards a greater you to be happy with when you die. I mean, everybody has a degree of who they want to be and stuff. And there's people who don't do the work and are very much happy in who they are. and they'll die happy, I guess. I guess it's for the people that I'm talking to are the ones that are actually watching my videos, and that I somehow impact in some way that I don't know. But yeah, just keep doing the work. I think that alone is the greatest thing you can do for yourself. Is finding out who you are outside of what has been programmed, or outside of what is being broadcast, outside of sorry, all of it. That's it. I don't have anything else to say, to be honest. Just have a really fun and relaxed Gemini season. It's owed to you to be that way. All the work you've done to this point, you deserve some you time, some peaceful playtime. You deserve to let loose a little, because things are happening for you and to you for you. So just enjoy the ride for now, especially during Gemini season. Let's be magical. Fuck yeah. Okay, that's it. I got nothing else. It was a pleasure. I'll see you guys the next time. Bye.